Ciao everyone, this is Alessio, your MCPP OGT, and today we're gonna understand what EP management is and how to approach this kind of JD. So, what is it? It's the way we ensure to deliver our original promise. It's the way we support our customer to actually purchase our products and then have the best experience possible. Of course, that's why it is so important, because it's the way we have to manage and influence our customer choices in order to have them getting the best possible experience and actually purchasing the product that is best fitting them. So, first thing first, it's very important to understand what is the role of EP management, and the very first things that you might take in consideration is that EPs should be aware of why actually following the instruction of their EP manager is important and can make the difference in their experience or selection processes. Plus, it's a way for us to actually make the EPs understand the true value proposition of our products in order for them to be as aligned as possible with their expectations on what the product is, not to have differences or gaps in what they expect from the products and what they can actually purchase. You have to make sure that EPs are aware about all of what they can expect from Isaac and what they shouldn't. We're not babysitters, let's say. We are more like sellers or consultants for EPs to find the best project for them. Though we don't have to, again, cuddle them or babysit them or do everything for them, as they are independent people. They are usually university students or graduates, so they must be independent enough to actually manage themselves until a certain point. EPs should know all of the steps that are required to actually purchase the product and ultimately leave on exchange since the beginning, so that they can actually be that kind of independent customer and drive themselves towards the customer flow stages. Also, they should understand how timing is relevant and that it is important to get through all of the customer flow phases as fast as possible. The main touch points of EP management are the first contact, which is by call. So all of the EPs who sign up on the platform receive a call by us within 24 hours. And this is for us a standard in order to meet a certain level of customer care, meaning that we want to provide this kind of customer service in which whenever you sign up on our platform, there is someone taking care of you within 1 day since your sign up. This call should lead to a meeting in which you actually get to know your EP and you know at best what product they should purchase so that you can actually sell that. Objective of this meeting is the EP to apply to at least one, better if it's 3 projects, so that they can also actually start their selection processes. Right after, they should receive an email of follow-up with all of the next steps and additional projects that fit their profile. Also, it's very important as a EP manager routine to push your EPs to apply to at least 5 projects per week in their first 3 weeks on the platform, and all of those should be in our entity partners. So those countries we're partnering with for our exchange products. This because the most they apply to projects, the highest probabilities they have to get accepted. And it's very important for us to keep this discipline and routine of having them applying to these 5 projects per week in order to get to a certain number that should, according to previous analysis, allow them to be approved to at least one of those. Of course, every time one of our EPs applies to a project, it's very important to contact the IGT side, and so the opportunity managers of the opportunity our EP applies to, or even the VP of that LC, in order to let them know that our EP is there and we expect them to process them as fast as possible. When an EP actually get accepted to a project, it's very important for us to have the EP running all of the, let's say, platform bureaucracy as fast as possible. So they have to sign the EPAN, which is a contract itself. And they must understand how important it is. They have to fill their LDA in order for us to be able to start the value delivery with the basis on their leadership qualities. And of course, you have to meet them to sign the contract and expect the payment from them to make the approve real. After the approval, is that when the value delivery phase starts, where the magic should happen actually. So one of the main touch points you will have with the EPs is the outgoing preparation seminar, in which you will actually prepare the EP for living on exchange and deliver the first 2 standards. Then it's very important to have touch points right before and during the realization in order to ensure that our EP has been delivering all of the standards and is living also a very good experience. Ultimately, after the experience of our EP is finished, we have to organize this reintegration seminar or even individual chat or meeting for the EP to debrief from the experience and make sure that everything went good and possibly complete the experience by filling the form. As Isaac in Italy, we developed a checklist for EP managers for them to be able to follow their EPs the best way possible and never lose track on their progress. So now I would like you to click on the link that you see in the PDF. You can open the PDF itself and go through the national checklist. It should already be embedded in your local tracking tools. If it is not, please ask your VP to do so, as this is the national alignment on how to manage EPs. So yes, you can now pause this video, have a look at the national checklist, and then be back here for finishing the course about EP management. So, if you went through the checklist, I just have some last tips for you regarding EP management. The first one is that an effective EP management is a matter of discipline. It means that you have to be constant and reliable on all of your actions. You must understand what is your routine as EP manager, what is required for you to do, and then execute that, and be accountable on the checklist for any of the steps that EP management is required to have. Also, cadence is very important. EP management is not something you sometimes remember to do or you do once in a while. It must be cadent for you and for your EPs to never lose track on Isaac, on the products, on the selection processes. And it's very important to remember there is a clarity of expectations as all of what you can set as EP managers since the beginning is those expectations towards how you're going to manage the EPs, what the product is, what they should expect from Isaac, and what they should not. Setting these very clear expectations from the beginning is key if you want to both be a successful EP manager and not consume all of your time running after EPs. This was it. Please approach your LCVP if you have any other doubt, or me, or Veronica, your OGT manager, who designed this course. Goodbye.